All right. Shalom, Akyam. Shalom. This is the Brother Ba'ar coming back at you again with another daily exhortation to edify the body, to edify the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to the best of my ability. And before I start, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. I like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I like to give salutations to the Akyam, preaching the gospel across the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, Akyam. Shalom. Once again, I'm back with another daily exhortation, and this is going to be a short lesson, Lord willing. And I wanted to do this lesson based off of observation. I'm the brother that, I'm very observative of our people, especially of this generation, and how far gone our people have went, man. Especially the youth, the people, this generation, they lack self-esteem, and they lack value, and understanding the value of themselves and each other. I observed this because, at the plantation, man, you're there every day, and you see the same people every day, but you can tell, and because of the truth, because of the Spirit of the Lord, the Lord has blessed us with foundation and understanding and knowing who we are and knowing why we're here and knowing the things that we need to do to receive salvation so we can get out of here. But it shows in our people what, the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding about themselves, because our people, they are very antisocial when it comes to each other. Now, I'm not saying that they don't mess with each other or whatever, but as far as, how people deal with me, and how comfortable I am by seeing my people every day, because of the truth, I value them in my eyes, because of the truth, I know that they're my family. So I can bear my people and see them every day and look at them in the eyes, look at them in their eyes and greet them and say hello, and ask them how they're doing, because we're the Most High's people. We're a special people, and you value that. But this generation, our people today, they don't value that because they don't have no understanding. They don't know who they are. They don't value each other. So when you're in the same environment every day, over and over, and we see each other, you can tend to see that how antisocial our people are. They don't want to look at you in your eyes. All right. Because our people, they don't know how to live amongst each other, from day to day. They don't have judgment when they look at each other. I can look at someone, daily and just have an understanding. I can look at a woman in her face, especially an Israelite woman, and I can admire the way that she looks, but it doesn't mean I want to have sex with her because I establish judgment. But this generation, especially of these women, they think that when you're looking at them, they're thinking that you're trying to holler at them, you're trying to have sex with them. Our young men, they tend to, be a little antisocial when they walk by. Sometimes they'll try to avoid looking at you. They'll try to avoid interacting with you because they don't value me. They don't understand who I am in their eyes. But I understand who they are, and through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Our people are very antisocial, man. Our people, are very you could tell they don't know how to interact. We haven't been taught how to interact with one another. You may have your little core friends or whatever, but just random Jake, they don't know how to interact with random Jake. You know, especially for the young men, their first instinct is a defense. You know, they put on that persona of being a thug. Why you looking at me too long? Why you know, just that spirit that's on them. It's a spirit of confusion, you know, but when they get around Esau and the other nations, they perk up, you know, but that just shows you how much our people don't value each other these days. You know, I pay attention a lot to the psychology of our people and how far gone we are and how we don't appreciate each other. This is why it's so easy for our people to pick up a gun and shoot each other, because they don't value each other. They have forgotten. Our people have forgotten, man. They have forgotten the Most High, days without number. This generation hasn't learned to establish the ways of Yahweh Shem El Shah, the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't understand judgment in their minds. They don't know judgment. When I look at my brother, I'm not looking at my brother maliciously. I'm looking at my brother and I care for my brother. You know, but these are the things that we, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem El Shah, is established amongst the brethren in the truth. You know, amongst the brothers who labor. You know, amongst brothers and sisters who are of the faith. We can tolerate each other because we value each other. I can see my brothers every day, but we're comfortable in our own spirit. You know, but we, you know, just being amongst the brethren is an example, is a sample size of how it's going to be in the kingdom with everybody. You know, we understand that women, they're not supposed to interact with men like that, but Salaki, I'm Salaki. I was sidetracked, but yeah, man. But let's start bringing out these precepts, man. You know, because I guess I'll start off with this one. I didn't really mean to start off with this one. This is Hosea 4 verse 6, and it says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children." And our people are suffering from a lack of knowledge, you know, a lack of understanding of who they are. You know, they can't identify their brothers and sisters through the spirit. You know, they don't know how to interact with each other in a space. You know, if it's not speaking about worldly things and speaking about, you know, how to be successful in this world, you know, they totally have forgotten themselves. You know, they've totally forgotten the things that we've went through. You know, this generation is totally disconnected because of the lack of knowledge. You know, our people have become a no people in a way. You know, hey, they don't understand that we're a family. All right. But like the Most High says, man, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee. All right. That thou shalt be no priest to me. All right. And our people don't understand judgment. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children, man. And this is why this generation is destroyed. All right. And just speaking about, you know, our young men, man, you know, not being able to be around random Jake and have that sense of valuing one another. This is all a part of the curses. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 verse 54, and it says, "So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave." All right, and our people, they don't have a standard amongst each other. You know, the men don't know how to be husbands, and the women don't know how to be wives. You know, there's confusion in the household. There's confusion amongst brethren in the world. You know, a lot of our people, man, you know, because of the devices of Esau, Edom, you know, but it's the Most High that gave us up into the hands of our enemies. You know, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man primarily, they've established systems, man. All right, that keeps us divided, that keeps our homes divided, that keeps our men divided. You know, especially using rap and these rap videos, you know, especially with the streets establishing gang culture, where because you live over there, I can't mess with you. You know, different brothers throwing up different gang signs. Or I can't mess with you because you over there in that gang. You know, and that culture has become normalized amongst our people in this generation. You know, our people don't have that love towards one another anymore. They don't value one another anymore. Our women have an evil eye towards their husbands. You know, our men lack judgment towards their women. They have no understanding. They lack value of themselves. All right, but these are all a part of the curses, man. And speaking of our men, man, you know, the way that our men look at each other, man, you know, it's as if they're ready to knock you off. They're ready to relieve their frustration upon you, you know, at any moment for the right reason. And not even for the right reason, for any reason. Because a lot of our brothers and sisters they're worn out in the spirit. You know, they're so quick to attack and kill one another because they lack understanding. You know, and I always say in my mind, whenever, you know, I interact with Jake in passing, you know, they try to avoid me or they try to look away. They don't try to give me eye contact. You know, they make it seem as if I'm the problem. You know, and this is just a small, what is it called? A microcosm. This is just on, I'm only speaking of, only a small part of a big problem. All right. You looking at me as if I'm the reason why your life is fucked up. You know, our people, they don't want to look at who their real enemies are. And that's because of the lack of knowledge. They don't want to know that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is their enemy. They don't want to know Moab, the so-called Chinese, and Ammon, the so-called Japanese, Elam, the so-called Middle Eastern Indians. They don't want to know that they're their enemies. They have drunken that juice, man. They have drunken that wine of Babylon. And it has caused confusion amongst our people, man. You looking at me, you looking at your own brother as if I'm the reason why your mother is stressing out. Your father is stressing out and not in the home. You looking at me as if I'm the one sending bills to your house. Like I'm the one causing you that you can't go to these stores and buy food. No, man. These are all a part of the curses. The curses says that we shall go to our enemies for the want of all things. Our enemies for the want of all things. All right, and I just bring out a few examples of a part of the curses. This is Haggai 1:6, and it says, "Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it in a bag with holes." Man, bills, you paying for everything. But Jake will look at one another as if they're the reasons why. My kids gotta eat, B. You know, that's why they rob and steal from one another, because they lack knowledge. They don't understand why their money is being drained. They think paying bills and paying for water and food and all these kind of things, they think it's normal. It's not normal. And because of the lack of knowledge, they don't understand who's doing these things unto them. But they'll look at one another and release that frustration towards one another. I'm not the one who's doing these things. Remember, I ain't the one putting bills, sending bills to your mama, stressing her out. It ain't me. All right. This is Lamentations 5 verse 4. And it says, "We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us." All right. "Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. It's not my fault." These are all part of the curses of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Why do you look at me like I'm the problem? Like I'm the one that forced you to go to work and labor. All right. It says, "We have given our hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread." Man, we're working for our enemies, man. All right. We're the workers and the consumers. All right. And it says, "Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hands, man. And our people know subconsciously in the back of their mind that we're better than these other nations. You know, you have these servants, man, they're ruling over us, man. See, our spirit knows something is wrong. But our people that are in the world, they can't identify the problem. So they relieve their frustrations over each other, towards one another. How are you not afraid if all these other nations are afraid of us, but you don't have no respect toward your own brother? Like you'll kill your own brother, you know, and I'm not promoting violence. I'm just shining a light. I'm just trying to give you brothers and sisters understanding, you know. But let me just leap over that, and you know, some other time if I feel like, you know, if the Lord will, he'll put it in my spirit to break it down a lot better. But let me just move past that for now. All right. And just one more precept, man. This is Jeremiah 17 verse 4, and it says, "And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever," man. And this is one of the issues, man. And this is because, you know, the Most High has been very merciful unto our people by sending his men out on the highways and byways. All right, to bring us, by bringing us back into remembrance in these days, man. To remind us of why we're here. To remind us that we have enemies. To remind us of why we're going through the things that we're going through. But because of the lack of knowledge, you know, because it says, and thou shalt, Jeremiah 17:4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage. This generation doesn't have a heritage. You know, they don't have anything. They don't have a standard that's been given to them. Our people don't have a standard amongst themselves. All right. They only established the way of Esau, Edom. All right. They only established the culture that's been, perpetuated amongst us for quite some time, you know, which is that rap, gang, whore culture. You know, like I mentioned it before, the lines are blurred. You don't really know who's a real gangster or not, but it's become so much of our culture. It's hard to discern who's really the gangster and who's really not, because this generation of men have taken on the spirit of that gangster persona. So you really don't know, you know, but it's just best to serve the Lord and stay in the spirit and walk in the spirit and still treat, you know, our brothers that are in the world as brothers, you know, because they are our family. And, you know, but they're an enemy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But it's just wise to be brotherly, you know, with our brothers, you know, because even those wicked niggas, even like the scriptures say, man, even they seek love too. You know, so I'm gonna end it off, man. You know, I just wanted to speak on that. You know, once again, it's just all a part of the observation. I like to observe our people. I like to observe this generation, you know, and just speak on it and share with y'all. And I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakah, Quadash. I like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I like to give salutations to the Akim, preaching the gospel across the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, Akim. Shalom. Sometimes when I my mind is continuing, you know, sometimes I'm not sure if I completely give the salutations, but you know, Shalom, Akim. Shalom.